Welcome back everyone to Mr. Dunn's Ceramic Room. Today we're going to learn how to build a house. Maybe a cool one. Let's get started. Alright, so you're going to build a house. Bam! Look at that. Okay. Three-dimensional, we can walk all around it. Notice the windows here are not cut out. Here they are. Carved in rock in the sides, not everywhere, but in the corners and places in the middle. Straight lines for like wood up here. Loops made with the loop tool. Of course there's not one there. Let me get one here. This tool right here. Over and over and over. So there's the right tool for everything you want to do, as I always say in ceramics. There's always a tool for that. Painted red, wiped it off. Painted black, wiped it off. Clear coated everything, and you can see all the lines and all the color that you wanted in the cracks. So you can do multiple colors. You just wipe it off and clear coat everything on white clay. So that's pretty cool. A different kind of house. So here's gray, and this is all stamped to look like little rocks, probably hard to see there. Again, the looped roof. We've added a chimney. We've got windows all the way around, some stairs going up, little patio there. Notice the overhang on the eaves. Gives it more of a whimsical look. Some you want short, some you do want a little longer. Look at this next one. Notice how it's curved in. So we're going for like maybe a Dr. Seuss house. That's what this one does too, I think. Rounded outwards instead of inwards. Again, the eaves there, flipping up, bending them up, chimney. Now we're really getting into textures on all the sides. If you can see those textures there, these were done with little rubber stamps, turquoise color, but the swirls in there. Got some patio and the steps. I think this is really critical to get this patio on here, no matter what kind of house you do. It just gives an entryway, a welcomingness about going in there. So there's that one, and these are pretty good size, as you can see. So I started letting kids do smaller ones because it takes up a lot of space in the kiln. Definitely got the eave big there. I think this is more the right size for this house, unless you're gonna have a porch over here or something. Again, they got the little step there in the eave and the windows and the textures for what is it, brick, is it wood, is it stone, right? Figure out what you're gonna do and then paint it accordingly. Here they have a texture on the roof and just painted it red, so they didn't do all the loops. So this is cool. I've got these, and now I'm thinking they're all square, right? So I'm going to try to do one today that's round. I thought, why not? If you go online and look at ceramic houses, you'll see a lot of ideas. So look at that. Go ahead and do that. And one of the ideas I see a lot coming up are these like fairy houses that are gnome houses, the Smurf house. They're round, right? They got a coned roof and a cylinder. We just did the Bell project. We know how to do a cylinder, no problem. So we could put those together. And then I just came across the mushroom house that was like the fairy living inside a mushroom house. So I'm going to go between either the mushroom or the pointed. I think I'm going to go with the pointed. So I have some ideas for twisting the point. Anyways, makes it as whimsical and as loose as possible with stones and flowers and things on it to make it really look like an animated thing. Alright, let's get started down here on the table. Okay, here we are. Let's get started. And I've pre-rolled out 2 slabs of red clay. I thought that would be more fun, more earthy tone. But I also grabbed a little piece of the white clay, the B-mix, and a little chunk here for any like sculptures. I thought it'd be fun to put the white clay on top of the red body of the structure, window frame, different things like that, doors and stuff, to give it a different look and have some contrast in there. Maybe there'll be parts that I don't want to paint over because it could look cool. Alright, I'm just going to keep them soft. I should have a piece of plastic here, really. We'll put the sponge there. And I also opened up a box of like 50 tools that we have, all kinds of cool little tools to make different kinds of things. Sculpting tools, right? I don't know, we'll give them a try. At home, if you're stuck there in quarantine or sick or just there and you want to get started and you have clay, again, I've mentioned this before, you can put these slabs of clay down and roll them with your roller at home. I did this on our wheel here. I want to get some of that texture. I wanted to get thinner too. If you're doing it so, 2 rulers give you that, just to get the thickness you want. There we go. So I'm going to use this one for my base. Let's get a needle tool. I need a straight edge, so I can do this. Well, we could probably freehand it. Oh, I got a ruler right here. I'm so silly. Right there. I want to make it as tall as I can. If I don't like it, I can always make it smaller. But you can't add it back on as quickly. Alright, keep that in a ball. Let's take a look at how big this is going to be. If I use it to there, that's a good size. Plenty of room to build on and do stuff, so let's be happy with that. No real size requirements, just big enough to be able to make what you want to make and have the details on there, right? Not just a cylinder and a cone and be done, but everything else, all the textures for a house. Okay, let's push this back over here. There. Great. Now we're going to put a roof on this, so little steps like this just means it wasn't parallel when I did the long ruler cuts there. If you wanted to do it, you can come in here and taper it off. There you go. But not critical. Although I do need to make my good cylinder, so I'm always telling my students to do a 45-degree angle on each end. That way you're not trying to push the 2 ends together, but you can simply just overlap them after you scored it. And they press them together. It's a lot easier. Alright, let's bring these 2 together. Score tool. Score tool. There we go. Alright, it's always dirty. Fresh start. Okay, a quick score here. Do this one. Come on. All roughed up. Touch of water. Notice I'm dabbing it. I'm not brushing it. I don't want to rub those ridges away. Keep this thing as strong as possible. Alright, there we go. On the inside. Where's a blending stick here? Turn it over. Get that lined up. And that. Get it nice and clean. You can't even see where it was connected. Especially if you go around like this on the whole thing. See? That's what we're looking for. Nice clean the inside. Blend that across. And it's seamless. Beauty, beauty, ouch. This part could be big. Okay. So there's my height of this gnome house. The more whimsical I can make it look, I think the more natural it will look. The more straight, rigid, perfect cone, perfect base. Nature's not like that, right? Nature's bending and curvilinear and stuff. Very, very rarely will you find, usually it's a mineral or a stone that's perfect, it's square and straight lined. Stuff like diamonds, crystals, and things like that. But most things that you see are pretty rounded. So if I can get this to have more a shape or a curve to it, or be oval, or instead of perfectly round, that'd be cool. So I'm going to try to bend this a little bit. That doesn't sound easy though. Maybe over this. I can reach in, stretching it. I have my crack. I'm stretching the crack on the outside. That, see, pulling it down. There we go. In a way, I'm kind of making it messy, like a student might do. I'm going to pull this side in, have it kind of lean, curve this way, right? And then once we have the top on, maybe the top will continue this way and curl back. And then we can twist it around and find the best side looking to make the door. If you're straight on one end or the other, you won't see the bend, so it's probably going to be on one of the ends where the bend goes off this way, so you can see it nicely from the front, right? This curve here, right? If you pinch this, it'll make it bigger, then it can kind of flange out a little bit like that. And this part up here, I can pinch that too. There we go. If you push this together, it'll make it smaller. It'll go off that way. Well, it's easier to get this curve than it is to make this more rounded, but I can see it. Check our crack there. Still holding together. Okay, now let's make a cylinder, a cone. We did in the bell to go on top of that. I'm using this to get rid of the canvas pattern that was on here. So we're going to put our own roof pattern. I saw a cool one in a video where they pushed the clay through one of those heads with all the little holes in it for Play-Doh, and they got lots of hair. And then they used that and went down all the way around the roof to make it look like grass. I thought, that's cool. I'm going to see, I might have one of those because I once upon a time stole all my kids' Play-Doh stuff and brought it to school. Let's use this one. Well, that's pointless. I don't need that. I need to make a, where is it? Compass. We did this on the bell. Remember that? To make a cone. So let's see if this is going to make a big enough cone to sit on there nicely. Here to there. I like it. Angle this in. Like that. Then all we need here is a angled cut there. Sort of straight edge. Put that in a ball. We have extra clay to play with here. Build stuff. Now the middle is the center, just like on the bell. We pull that up and it comes together. And I did angle this down, which is helping this come together nicely. Look at that. Wraps has like a longer side, so now we're not looking for a perfect round shape either. So let's go ahead and score this together. There. I forgot to mention that, if you want to do these other houses that are over here, that's great. You can make a Christmas house. Now look up the ones in Germany Christmas house on YouTube and you'll see all kinds of amazing ones. And there's that German style built wood and plaster looking thing. And you just have to paint it that way when you're done and it looks really cool. And then they fill it with, we put all the holes in it and you put a light bulb inside with a wire. Plug it in and you have your own like little Christmas light up Christmas house that you can put around the Christmas tree on the mantle in the holidays. Okay, let's fold this up and blend it out. Alright, so here we go again with a perfect cone that we're going to have to play with. I'm not sure how we're going to get to that point, but we'll see. Blend this in here. Wanting to pull apart. There we go. One thing I like to do is clean up the hard cuts with a little bit of a wet hand, wet fingers. All the way around, dip your fingers and just rub the corners off so it's rounded. Okay. We won't see the inside of this very much, but so now you can imagine this on here. Cool, huh? That's a big overhang. I should have measured it before I did it. I think I'd like to take some. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it like that, and we're going to bend this. For that whimsicalness we talked about, we're going to pinch this down so it comes down and goes out, right? We have to be careful and let this part hook up more before we do it, maybe. There we go. Alright. Just lightly pinching it and bending it out. It's going to give us like the eave. And then I'll probably go back and ripple it. Alright, now it's going out like that. So now let's make it go up and down. Let's go, and I think that will be looking more interesting. Yeah, like that, huh? That part struggling right there. It's our seam line. And this up and down. There we go. You can see it's wanting to crack there, so you got to come back and push it together. And struggling. This thing. Try to blend it across again. Bend this again. What's it doing here? Rub that off. Alright, let's consider that now. How does that look? That's better. Cool. You can even tip it up high to the side where the door is going to be. So I'm going to drop it down on the back to me, and this I think this is going to be the front over here. A nice clean side. So if I lean this back, can't really tell the problem with effect, but then it gives you more to work with here. You can even lift this up on this side more, like that. Okay, let's connect. So we got to kind of mark where this is. If we do that, then we can score. Alright, see I made a little circle there. Inside of that circle is where we need to score. I'm going to connect these two parts right now. I think the plans I have for the tip I can do with it on there. Now this is coming in and hitting this at an angle, right? So it's not a lot of clays touching each other. But if I score the edge off and dig it off, now I have an angle that is also scored. Or I can take my knife and cut an angle at it. This is easier. Get a nice scored piece here. Alright, looks good. And then water. Okay, where was my seal? I'll put it back the same way I had it on before. Like that. I'm going to push it down a little bit, let it seat in there. And its own weight should help it grab. Alright, that'll just start to connect. Now I'm going to really pull this side up. Keep that little wave going. There we go. Let me turn it around for you like that. See how this comes up, goes down? I'm going to be able to work this side of it. I'm going to try to, let's put this over here so you can actually see as I work on that side. I have noticed in some of my old videos I work on this side of it, and that side of the camera sees the back and you're not seeing anything that's happening, so sorry about those. Alright, so let's work on this, the top. I am thinking about what can I do to bend this saw as well. I might pull it and stretch it out and bend it here. Look at that bend. I had some tearing there. See, kind of up and over. I'm going to bend. So it comes this way and then goes that way. That's just kind of fun. The more you do it, the more noticeable it is. Thinking of making a fun little top on there that I saw in a really whimsical one there. Let's get a little bit of water. Make a coil. It can be solid because this is pretty thin here. Okay. From a point to this. Alright, can either wave it off like that. The one I liked was really curled in likening to a vine, all right? And I think it even curled up inside here like this. So how big do I want that? I think I'm going to go right there. All right, we hook that on there. Isn't that cool? Takes it to the next level of whimsicalness. Use that word a lot in this project. Okay. Score this up. Score this up. Fill the water. Then put it on there. Hiding from me. Okay. That line goes right up nicely there. Probably gonna have it touch and scored on. That will give it strength to the point you can even grab it and pick it up by that point. Maybe it could be hanging from a string, a rope or something in a tree. And someone comes to it. Wow. Oh. Sorry, I don't know you. Don't call me. Okay. Connect this nicely. Alright. I think I will. I want to take away some of this stress cracks from bending the clay. Smooth it out here. Because it break easy. Now I'm going to score this right here. Make a little score mark right here. A little extra water to pull together. I'm going to put it right on that. I'm going to push it on. Get that to seat good on there. There we go. Curl that. I want you to be able to see this other little curl, but I don't want it in the way of hanging it that way. Alright. Coolness. Love it. Probably going to be doing some kind of texture on the roof as well as a chimney. Maybe that's where I can have my mushroom chimney or something over here. I don't know, on one side or the other. If this element is here, it makes sense in my mind to put it on the other. Give it some balance of elements there. But for now, let's come down and look at how we're going to structure this down here. And I'm also thinking about, oh, it's a little flimsy. Do I need a base? How big, how much space do I want out here to put the mailbox, the stepping stone up inside, different things like that. So I think I'm going to need to roll out this scrap clay and we'll make a base. Alright, I'll be back in the magic 1, 2, 3. And I'm back. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. Let's take a look. Kind of want it that way, right? Oh yeah, we're good, we're good. Nice, we have all this out here. Okay, so let's cut the correct shape. I want to leave a little bit sticking out here. Clean this up here. Straight up and down is nice. Get through there, whoa. I do want room on the side to put stuff. I'm going to bring this out. Not too far. Come across the front and then curve back. There we go. Alright. Get this into a ball again. This stuff here. Okay. Take this off. And what do we want to do? Clean up all these hard cut edges so they're not sharp in the future. Smooth it all out. The wet finger. All the way down here. Back side. Alright. Now if we're going to seal it up, we're probably going to need to put a hole in the middle and bottom. We can do that later. Just don't forget. Alright. This side. Bottom's got some cracks. Make sure it's going to be good. You can even put your initials on here. Let me put my symbol, not where the hole's going to be. right.
Teachers, we will be having a tech meeting at 2 o'clock for those involved in the on the tech committee. If you're having tech issues in your class that haven't been resolved yet, that need us to talk about, please just email me right now so I can bring those issues to the table at our meeting.
All right, at this point, it might be good to put a piece of paper towel down so it won't stick to it. And if you want to use a place mat or canvas board, go for it. Depends how big it is, really, if it's unwieldy. Back of this is going to be scored there. I'm guessing it just came out like that. We'll see if I'm close here. Yeah. I could set it down on there. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. Okay, like that. And then a little water. Dab, 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 dab. Happy dabs. And get up under here. That's the tricky part. I don't want to damage it. We want it to connect well. Alright. Oh. Trying to get water to go up onto that. Okay, here we go. Front sideways there. Oop, I'm off the side over there. Coming this way. Alright. Get a little more space on one side than the other. Then grab the whole thing and give it a twist and seat it down into it. Push down so it blends with the ridges together. Alright. You might even need to do some blending on it. Okay, here we go. Let's put this part up. Grab some of the base and pull it up. Yeah. Might as well make it strong. Or slip blend, as they say. Okay. Smooth out your work, your mess, your tool marks. And here we go. Now we have a base to put stuff. Back it up where we can see it. Alright, so what is our entryway going to look like? I'm going to rub this, flatten it out a little bit. There we go. So we can build here. So then design. I have a needle tool here somewhere. Yeah, kind of a needle tool. Alright, I'll use this. So draw it out first. I want to have stones down here. So probably about this high. So there's the entryway to the door. I could put it there first, but let's draw it. Fairly good sized door. How tall? Here, then I can have a second floor here. How about probably a rounded top door, straight sides. And put in some points to help your curve. Let's do this. Right there. I like it. Is the door going to be opened or closed? I'm probably going to do closed and build latches and boards with texture, things like that. So we're just going to find the location of things. I was thinking of those round windows. Probably round windows in here would be neat. So right above the door though, yeah, a round window I think. Okay, here we go, up high. Bottom of the window here, top of the window here, side of it, like that. So I got it kind of marked out here. A tool that makes round things would be nice. This is pretty big. There I have some dowels over there. Let's go for it. There we go. Okay, I'm going to have a little bit flat top to this so I can have a little eave over the top. That'll be cool. Probably going to put one of those cross in there with clay after I cut this out. We can do another window maybe over here down lower. Do one, and then I can have some vines and things coming up here. So here's another window around. Remember, it doesn't need to be perfect because perfect is the enemy of natural looking. Another one down low here. Because the roof goes down lower, you won't be able to see these windows well if they're up high. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and cut these windows out, I think, and move along. Oh, texture of this cylinder. I wanted to put that in already. I have a rubber stamp that would have done it. Now I don't have it. I didn't do it. I wasn't thinking about that. Because I was thinking of texturing this, I'm just going to do it all by hand. Well, now I've kind of forced myself to do it by hand. Boy, it doesn't slide well on this paper, huh? So I'm going to take a hook tool like this and give it kind of long wavy lines like grains of wood. So this will look like a stump, a piece of stump. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh. It's too heavy for what I'm trying to do there. So here we go. I'm going to go like that. Wavy line all the way down to there. Although I can go by the door, I'm going to put a frame around it so it's okay. You want these lines to disappear under that frame. So wavy lines that kind of, some go all the way up and down, some disappear and start up again. Think about wood grain. Remember, a razor blade is a little too thin of a line. You want to use the one that separates it, opens it up more. Yeah. Here we go. Let's go all the way around. Time lapse this. I'll show you what it could look like when you're done. Alright, I did that. Now, I want to cut out the doors and windows and do those treatments around it. The framing and everything, so we're going to lose our pressure to push against. Okay. I should hide my phone. And the upper one here. So far, I'm happy with what I'm seeing. And then this one over here. Of course, these are three-dimensional, so if you want to do one in the back, you can go all the way around. And then your fingers wet and clean up some of the holes here and the hard cuts. And that works fine. Some of those in there. There we go. Okay. Oh, and door. Still not totally sure about leaving the door open or closed there, but thinking about it. Clean your area every so often. There we go. Well, I had the idea of some of this clay. So what if I framed the door and did the stone? So now we did some stone work, maybe around the bottom edge. I like that idea. So let's get the big stone. On the front, it's curved. What am I thinking? curved piece. There, yeah, fits good. Oh, it's not tall enough. Let's go out over here and curve in like that. Big flat stone. Of course, what do we got to do? Clean up those rough edges, at least out here where you see it. There we go. And then we're going to score the leading edge under the door and the bottom. Let's try to score under here a little bit. And that leading edge. It's annoying when all your parts fall off, so it's critical a little bit scoring if you can. When you can't, darn it. When you can't score it, you're going to have to just use lots of water. How does that look? That's contrasty, alright. We don't want the slime, the other color, to get out there on either one of them. There we go. Nice. Fun. There we go. Yeah. Little white framed stones up around the door. And then maybe stones around the base. My X's, I don't know if I want to use white on that. And that would actually be wood. We can see how this looks as we go. So I'm going to cut out a bunch of little stone pieces here. If I just kind of go along the edge. And then just square. That would be faster. Okay. Then, not too wet of a hand, round them all off. And build a little bit of hewn stone, meaning it was been shaped. But no sharp cuts on them, they're rounded. See? Little rounded shapes. Clean under your nails. I don't want them getting too big here. Keep them kind of, maybe the bigger ones will go around the bottom. I got some big ones here. Round them all off. I think I want to put the door together first. Not sure about that. Any lots? Coming up on 2. Do this. Go up and over. If we put them here and go up and over, it might be hard to work on the door down in the hole. So let's build out the door first. These are fine. Got a bunch of work, stones there waiting. Let's build our door straps across and up and down. I think we can design the front here up and down. I'm going to do 3 boards, so we need nice deep grooves here. Okay. Let's get a nice outline of the door frame now. Again, I'm using the V of the hook tool to pull the clay out. There we go. Clean that off. Alright, then we're going to add some straps across there. Not too big, really small here. 2 of them. And our hinges will be hooked to that. Again, around these wood beams off. Figure our length there. I think they're double thickness, too thick. So I'm going to cut them in half. Ooh, that's tricky. And they were too long. Okay. So I cut that in half. Yeah, that's better. And that's pretty big. What if we cut this half or down? I think half is too much. Just thin it out a little bit. We do this one too. There we go. Cool. That. How does that look? And then over here we can make a hinge, which will be a square, a rectangle piece. So over here like that. Yeah. Feels too big as well, so I make it smaller like that, flatten it out. So you can just push things on there to see how it looks. Check it out first. You know, the hand is way too big. Clearly on something like this, the proportions matter. Or something will stand out as looking funny instead of how it might actually look. How's that? I like that. I'm wondering now if the hinges are in the way of the frame of my rock arch I'm going to put on there. So that might have to come out. Do that separately. Let's decide we gotta cut here. Cut that off. Okay. To me, the frame is more important. A little bit of a scoring here. This is kind of difficult to score. Here we go. Water. I think there's enough water there to do it. Put it on there. Clean that out. Yeah, a little bit of water sticks really well. There's the other one right here. And then you can even take the needle tool and make it like there's nails going through this. That seems pretty big. Maybe with even just the point of the needle here. Boom. 2 little needle holes in each of these boards. There we go. Really slimy. That looks cool. Kind of like that. Put little pieces of clay together. You might need it later. Now, let's look at our rock framing. Hey, you just keep going like this and pick away at it. Look at your picture in your camera. My phone's about dead, the camera's about dead. So I'm gonna finish this. I'll show you a picture of it later, and you can see how it comes out. But I'm just gonna hook all these little rocks on here with just water, I think, and a little bit of pressing, and they're gonna go on. Do a little bit of, these are big enough to score, so score. All right, catch you guys later. Have a good time. Come with a design, hopefully in mind, of what kind of house you want to make. See ya. Have a good time. Bye. Alright, thanks for watching that. Figure out what house you want to make and get to it. It's a lot of fun. Talk to you later.